Not every beach town in California is as delightful as it might seem. Behind the stunning coastal views and the calming sound of waves crashing along the shore, there's one place that has earned a rather unfortunate title: the worst small town in America. That town is Isla Vista, a coastal community located in Santa Barbara County that, instead of being the peaceful seaside paradise many would expect, hides a long list of deep-rooted social and structural problems. And that reputation didn't come out of nowhere. According to a 2024 report published by WalletHub, Isla Vista was ranked dead last among small towns across the country. So what exactly makes this town so problematic in the eyes of outsiders? And more importantly, what is life really like for the people who live there, surrounded by all that stigma and controversy? Let's dive into the story and find out. Geographically speaking, Isla Vista has everything it takes to be a dream coastal town. It's located on the western edge of Santa Barbara County, perched right along the shoreline of the vast Pacific Ocean. On top of that, it sits next door to two major institutions of higher learning: the University of California, Santa Barbara, UCSB, and Santa Barbara City College. For many first-year college students, Isla Vista represents their first real step into adulthood. It's the place where they move out on their own for the very first time, live among fellow students, and get a taste of freedom while soaking in the laid-back vibe of a beachside town. But don't let the scenic ocean views and constantly sunny skies fool you. Beneath all that beauty lies a town full of contradictions. One of the most striking is the sheer population density. Nearly everyone who lives in Isla Vista is either a student or someone whose job revolves around serving the student community. As a result, the lifestyle here feels incredibly temporary. It moves fast, it's packed, and it never quite settles into the rhythm of a stable, long-term community. It's hard to picture, but for perspective, the town is home to nearly 30,000 people, yet it occupies less than 5 square kilometers of land. This extreme density isn't just something you see, it's something you feel, and over time, it turns into a social challenge. Isla Vista is the kind of place that never really sleeps. Day or night, the town moves at a relentless pace, buzzing with noise, full of energy, and unfortunately, often brimming with problems too. WalletHub's ranking didn't come out of thin air. Isla Vista landed at the very bottom out of 1,318 small towns evaluated across the United States, and that decision was based on a range of troubling indicators. The most alarming of these is the high crime rate, and we're not just talking about stolen bikes or noisy parties. Violent incidents, robberies, physical assaults, and other serious safety threats occur here at a concerning frequency. Certain areas of the town are even considered high-risk zones, especially at night when partygoers fill the streets. On top of that, housing has long been a major point of pain for Isla Vista. Rental prices in this small town are notoriously sky-high, completely out of proportion when compared to the actual condition of the units available. Many students end up living in cramped, aging, and poorly maintained apartments or shared houses. In fact, some students are forced to split a small bedroom with 2 or even 3 roommates just to afford the rent. In some cases, entire households pack in 5 or more people. Landlords, fully aware that the demand will always be strong, often feel no urgency to make repairs or upgrades. They keep collecting rent, students keep needing housing, and the cycle continues year after year with little to no change. Another major issue highlighted in the report is the town's weak infrastructure. Isla Vista was never designed to support a population this large, let alone one made up of such an active and high-energy demographic like college students. After weekend parties, trash is often scattered throughout the streets. The narrow roads wear down quickly due to the constant traffic from both vehicles and bicycles. Poor drainage systems mean that some areas flood easily during heavy rains. Coastal storms frequently cause damage to cliffs and roads, creating safety hazards. And when it comes to public facilities, like parks, green spaces, or community centers, they're limited in number and often neglected or underfunded. Even though Isla Vista scores reasonably well in terms of overall quality of life, it ranks extremely low in areas like affordability and economic health. High poverty rates, minimal home ownership, and a struggling local economy drag its overall score down, ultimately earning it the unfortunate distinction of being the worst small town in America. So, with all these issues, what keeps people, especially college students, coming to Isla Vista and choosing to live there? The answer lies in its incredibly distinct lifestyle. Isla Vista is known for its intense party culture, which ranges from loud, cramped house parties to full-blown street gatherings that last well into the early hours of the morning. People often refer to it as college culture, but for older residents or students who crave peace and quiet, it can feel more like organized chaos than youthful fun. Alcohol consumption, recreational drug use, and booming music are deeply woven into the fabric of everyday life here. Party-related accidents are not uncommon, often triggered by carelessness and overcrowding. The town's high population density only makes things worse. There's no escaping the constant noise, and for many, there's an underlying sense of insecurity. Some students have even admitted that they avoid walking alone at night, not because the streets are empty, but because a crowded street doesn't always mean a safe one, especially when it's dimly lit and unpredictable. There's another major factor that sets Isla Vista apart from most other small towns across America, and that's its legal status. So, what does that mean exactly? Well, technically speaking, Isla Vista is not an incorporated city. It's classified as a census-designated place, or CDP, which means it exists for census purposes, but doesn't have a formal local government structure. In other words, there's no mayor, no city council, and no official municipal government. Most key decisions that impact daily life come from either Santa Barbara County or the nearby university. Because of this setup, many residents feel like they don't have a voice in the systems that govern them. There's no true local hub where the community can organize, connect, or advocate for itself. So when problems arise, whether it's safety concerns, infrastructure issues, or environmental challenges, there's no local body that can respond quickly or directly. Isla Vista exists in a state of dependence, heavily relying on UCSB to keep things running. And that dependence becomes very clear during the university's summer break, when the town empties out. What's left is a quiet, almost lifeless place that feels like a completely different world. From past problems to current challenges, Isla Vista carries a painful history that can't be erased. In 2014, the town was rocked by a tragic event, a mass shooting carried out by a student. The incident claimed several lives and left deep trauma within the community. Since then, efforts to improve safety have been made, from the presence of campus police to surveillance cameras. But the reputation as an unsafe town has already stuck. Even today, Many people who hear the name Isla Vista immediately think of that tragedy. However, like other towns driven by youthful energy, Isla Vista also has a unique human side. Some students describe life here as messy but iconic. They embrace the chaos as part of growing up. Behind all the problems, there are friendships, memories, and small moments that shape their life stories. Many alumni, after graduating, even find themselves missing the chaos of Isla Vista, missing the colorful little community, even if it's far from perfect. But of course, not everyone feels the same. Many local residents who aren't students feel exhausted. They complain about the never-ending noise, the damaged environment, and the lack of real solutions from either the campus or the county. Some have even chosen to move to other towns because they feel Isla Vista is no longer livable in peace. Even though it's stuck in many limitations, efforts to improve Isla Vista haven't stopped. The local community is becoming more active in forming volunteer groups like community councils, safety teams, and environmentally based initiatives. Some students and residents work together to clean up parks, fix bike paths, and advocate for more public space. But all of this hits one major obstacle: the lack of an official government structure. Without city status and legal authority, big changes remain difficult to implement systematically. In the end, Isla Vista is a complex picture, not just an ordinary college town. It's a place where youthful idealism clashes with the harsh reality of an area that was never truly built for long-term living. A town without its own government, without a solid identity, but full of energy and contradictions. Maybe that's where Isla Vista's charm lies, in the chaos that creates memories, in the flaws that spark a sense of belonging, even if it comes in an unusual form.